students, welcome back to another class of physics where we had just started with graphical representation of motion, and in the previous lecture I gave you three tables, three tabulations to be drawn in the form of a graph, out of which one I had drawn for you. This one, the first one, where the time was 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, means the observation taken for 10 seconds, and the displacement of the body was 5 meters for all the 10 seconds. This graph I had drawn in the class like this. It comes out to be a straight line, horizontal, parallel to the time axis or the x-axis. We also discussed that which variable should be taken on which axis depending upon the nature of the variable, which one is dependent, the other one which is independent. Now, why these graphs are important for us to learn, we will come to that point directly, the graphical tools. See, the first tool of the graph, which is very simple and very close, and many examples are there which we can see around us. Suppose I am holding this pen horizontally like this, and suppose I start inclining this marker like this. So in this condition it has certain slope, while here it becomes absolutely horizontal with a zero slope. If I hold it like this, then it has an infinite slope. Suppose let us compare it with an example of slides in the water parks. Suppose you go to a water park and there is a slide like this, and there is another slide like this. The slide which has greater slope will give you a little greater fear factor or greater excitement, whereas the slide which has a lesser slope will be less scary. So this graph, if we compare it with those slides, it has absolutely no slope. No slope means that it has zero slope. Now how do we calculate this slope? Slope is very important tool of the graph, which is calculated using a formula called change in y upon change in x. Delta, triangle is known as delta. This is a Greek letter, as we have our ABCD letters in English alphabet. So as this letter delta, it is a Greek letter, and delta means change. So change in y upon change in x gives us the slope of the graph. Change in y means y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now what are these y2 and y1, x2, x1? We choose any two coordinates on our graph. Suppose this is one coordinate and this is another coordinate. Let us name them as A and B. This coordinate A has x parameter as 4 and y coordinate is 5. The coordinate B has x component as 10 and y component as 5. Let us substitute these values in this formula. Y2, the second variable, second component is 5. Y1 is also 5. So y2 minus y1 will be 5 minus 5 in meters, because these y coordinates are in meters. x2 minus x1. x2 here is 10. So I write 10 here. x1 here is 4. So I write minus 4 here. And these values are measured in seconds. So I write second here. This becomes 0 upon 6 and the unit becomes meter per second, which is equal to 0 meter per second. So what are we getting here? The number is 0, but there is a special physical quantity expressed in units. So which physical quantity is measured in meter per second? This is either speed or velocity. But since we have mentioned that s is displacement here, that is why this value 0 meter per second is the value of velocity. So what do we infer from it? We should make out an inference that finding out the slope of displacement time graph, we get velocity. So let us write it down. Slope of displacement time graph gives velocity. Similarly, another inference also we can draw, that slope of distance time graph in place of displacement, if I take distance, then only y coordinate will change, and in place of velocity we will get speed. Let's see the second example where the time is from 0, then it is ranging to 10 seconds, and the observations of displacement goes on from 0 to 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. Plotting a graph with these values, we get this shape of a graph. You can clearly see that there is some slope in the graph. I have taken these 2 points A and B. The coordinates of point A are 2, 5. Coordinates of point B are 8, 20. So, finding out the slope of this graph, we get slope is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. y2 value is 20, y1 value is 5. These both values are of y coordinate, which is measured in meters. So we'll write meter here, and x2 has a value of 8, x1 has a value of 2, and both these values are in seconds. So we write second here. Solving these two, we get 15 upon 6 meter per second. So this is also coming in meter per second. So what are we getting here? We are getting the velocity. Again, another inference that we can see, as I told you before also, that the slope is there and it is a constant slope, not changing slope. If the slope is constant, it also means that the velocity is constant. And if the velocity is constant, then it means that the motion is uniform. So, if any graph is given and you are needed to interpret that graph, you can see the shape of the graph, and according to the shape of the graph, you can say that what type of motion is that. In the previous graph, I just forgot one thing to be told. In the previous graph, the shape was like this, and we got slope is equal to 0. Slope is equal to 0 means the velocity is 0, and if the velocity is 0, it means that the body is at rest. Body rest पर है जब उसका slope 0 या velocity 0 है. दूसरे वाले ग्राफ में velocity constant है और वैल्यू पॉजिटिव भी आ रही है, तो हम यहाँ पे कह सकते हैं कि जो मोशन है वो यूनिफॉर्म मोशन है और वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट है. थर्ड ग्राफ इज शोइंग द टाइम वेरिएशन फ्रॉम 0 to 10 seconds and the displacement values are taking some irregular pattern. The initial displacement is 0 at t equal to 0. In 2 seconds the object gets displaced by 5 meters. Then in next 2 seconds it displaces by 10 meters. In again next 2 seconds, between 4 to 6, it displaces by 10 meters. Between 6 to 8 seconds, it displaces by some value in an opposite sense. You can see that 25 से displacement हो गया 10, यानी कि यहाँ पर यह ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिजिन की तरफ आ रही है, जिसमें 2 से लेके 4 तक, 2 से लेके 6 तक ऑब्जेक्ट ऐसे जा रही थी, और 8 पर आने के बाद में ऑब्जेक्ट ने अपना डायरेक्शन चेंज करके ऐसे कर लिया, और 10 में भी आगे फर्दर इट कंटिन्यूज इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेंस दैट वी हैव लर्न थ्योरेटिकली, हमें 0 से लेकर के 6 सेकेंड्स तक, 0 से 6 सेकेंड्स तक हमें वेलोसिटी और डिस्प्लेसमेंट दोनों पॉजिटिव मिलने चाहिए, बिकॉज द ऑब्जेक्ट इज मूविंग टुवर्ड्स राइट फ्रॉम द ओरिजिन. एंड from 8 to 10 seconds, since the object is turning back and moving away towards the origin, so here we should get the displacement velocity value to be negative, क्योंकि displacement left side में हो रहा है. तो यहाँ पर हम इसको चेक करेंगे by finding out the slope between O to A to B, B to C, C to D and D to E. I am finding out the slope only for one time interval, leaving the other time intervals for you to practice. Because we have already done these kind of slopes, so I am taking this slope which is a negative slope. ये C से D के बीच की स्लोप मैं आपको निकाल के दिखाती हूँ. बाकी के स्लोप्स आपको खुद करने हैं एज अ पार्ट ऑफ योर असाइनमेंट. सो स्लोप बिटवीन C टू D. C टू D में अगर हम जाते हैं तो स्लोप जो है y2 माइनस y1 अपॉन x2 माइनस x1. इस फॉर्मूले में C इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट एंड D इज द सेकेंड पॉइंट. y2 y1 के टर्म्स में अगर हम बात करें तो पहला पॉइंट C है, दूसरा पॉइंट D है. तो y2 कोऑर्डिनेट जो है वो होगा हमारा 10. तो y2 की जगह पे वी विल राइट 10 एंड y1 कोऑर्डिनेट विल बी 25. So in place of y1 we will write 25. Both the values are in meters. x2 coordinate is this one 8. I am writing it here also so that you don't forget. So y2 is 8 and y1 is 6. So we write 8 minus 6 seconds. So 10 minus 25 will be minus 15. 8 minus 6 will be 2 meter per second. So this is minus 15 upon 2 meter per second minus 7.5 meter per second. So this value is coming with a negative sign indicating that this part of motion has a negative velocity. Overall, if we look at the graph, at all the points from O to A, it is showing some different slope. Between A to C, the slope is constant. C to D, some other slope. D to E, again the slope is different. So if different slopes are there in the same graph, it means that it is representing different velocities. And if the velocity changes, then the motion is known as non-uniform motion or accelerated motion. So this is the way how you can interpret a graph and decide or determine that what type of motion is represented in the graph.